See this here? This is the Raspberry Pi Zero! Today I'm going to show you how to install Retropie on your Raspberry Pi Zero. Retropie will save for 20 bucks. That's a cheap gaming system. And I want to show you how to put the system on and how to put games on it. Yeah, so you keep watching. It's going to be fun. Now the first thing I'm going to do is go up here to choose device. Then I gotta find my device. My device is the Raspberry Pi Zero W. So that's right here. Click on that. Choose your OS. I'm gonna go down to emulators. I'm gonna try Retropie. We'll try this one. And then we're gonna go to storage. Choose the storage. Now make sure you pick the right drive. You don't want to erase your regular hard drive. I'm going to go my generic mass storage USB. Mine's drive K. Yours is going to be a different number. Next. Are you sure you're going to erase everything on here? Yeah, sure, why not? When the process is done, it will say format disk. Don't do that. Cancel. Just exit it out. Now take your micro SD card out and put it back into your Pi. Gamepad detected. I'm using an Xbox game controller. What does it say here? It says hold button on your device to configure it. Okay, here it goes. I'm holding down the button. D-pad up. I suppose that's a little flat digital pad. Press that up, D-pad down, D-pad left, D-pad right. Got that. Start. And select. Button 1A, east. Wait a minute. That's the wrong button. According to my pad, it calls it button B. Well, I'm going to go by the picture. So I'm going to press the B button and call it A. Nobody will know. You can always redo it later. So let's map button A as the button on the right, button B as the button on the bottom, button X will be the button on top, button Y will be on the left. Left shoulder, right shoulder, left trigger, right trigger. To do the left thumb, press straight down on the left analog controller. To do the right thumb, press straight down on the right analog controller. Left analog up. Left analog down. Left analog left. Left analog right. Right analog up. Right analog down. Right analog left. And right analog right. And we'll make this big button in the middle the hotkey. Now that your controller is set up, you can use it to navigate. So let's navigate. Let's set up Wi-Fi by going to Wi-Fi. What the heck? It says you currently don't have your Wi-Fi country set. Well, let's go set it. Let's go down to localization options. That sounds good. And hit select. Choose your time zone. Select. I'm going to pick US because I'm in the US. And I'm going to pick Central Time because that's where I am. Got to go back to localization options. Select again. This time, we're going to the LAN country set legal wireless channels for your computer. Go ahead and see if you can find your country in here. You would think it would know what country I'm in. I told it in the time zone. Those darn Pi computers. There it is, my country, United States. Click OK. Finished. Would you like to reboot? Yep. Now we can finally set up our Wi-Fi. Let's connect to the Wi-Fi network. Searching for Wi-Fi networks. Ooh, it found mine and my neighbor's. Well, I'm the bad boy, so I'm going to try that one. This is where you put your password in. Go ahead and put your password in. I won't look. Let's go into Retropie now. Let's go down to Retropie Setup. Now press OK. Since you're here, it's a good idea to update your Retropie setup script, so let's do that. Are you sure? Yes. I always want the latest version, you know. Press OK again. And press OK again. In the top right corner, We're on version 4.0.3. At the time of the recording, that was the newest version. Just a quick note. We updated Retropie setup script, not Retropie. Just to let you know. Next, we're going to go down to where it says Manage Packages. Here we have Manage Core Packages, Main Packages, Optimal Packages, Driver Packages, and Experimental Packages. But for this tutorial, we're going to be focused on Optimal Packages. Click on that, and I'll scroll all the way down, down, till you get to Vice. Vice is a Commodore 64 emulator. So you better click on that one, you know. Here it wants to know if you want to install it from binary or do you want to install it from source. Either one will work. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to do binary because it's faster. This can take a while. It always does, you know, computers and everything. So I fast forwarded a little bit. That way you don't have to wait so long. Here we go. You can always go back and update from source if you want in a later to get the latest build. But we're going to click go back now. Back again, and exit. Reboot your Pi now. Now that we've finished installing Vice, it should have put a folder called C64 on your micro SD card. And right about now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, I don't see my Commodore 64 on Retropie anywhere. And I'll tell you why. Because until there's games in your folder, it won't show it. Well, where do I get these files? And how do I put them in there? But first, let's talk about what files work on Vice. And then we'll show how to get them in there. I went on over to the Retropie Commodore wiki page. And it shows here that Vice is compatible with the files ending with the extensions .crt, .d64, .g64, .t64, .tap, and .x64. Now that you know which files work with Vice, where do you find them? Well, if you have a working 1541 disk drive and a special cable, you can make your own. If you're interested in connecting your drive to the Commodore Vice, I made a video about that. Click the card above. Another place to find ROMs is on the internet. I'm not allowed to tell you where because I'll get in trouble. However, if you still want to find them, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, all you have to do is go to Google and type in the search for Commodore 64 ROMs. After you have found your files and you downloaded them, all you have to do is just simply take these files and put them in the C64 folder. Well, that sounds great, huh? Well, not so fast. The C64 folder is located on your micro SD card inside the ROMs folder. The problem is, if you pop out your micro SD card and put it back into your Windows PC, it won't recognize it. That is because Windows Imager formatted your micro SD card in a format that only your Pi can read. Don't you remember? When it finished imaging your disk, it said, hey, we better format this. And I said, no, don't hit format, because it would format it back. Well, there's a couple ways to get your files over onto the Pi. One way, and probably the easiest, is take a blank thumb drive formatted with FAT32. On this thumb drive, I want you to make a folder. Create a folder and name the folder Retropie, spelt Retropie. Well, you put that in your Pi and you boot up the Pi. The Pi is going to see this blank disk and put some files on it. Then turn off the Pi and take your thumb drive and bring it back to your PC. And then just simply copy the files to the folder of C64. It's located in the ROMs directory on your thumb drive. Well, you got this far. Take your thumb drive out of your computer, put it back into your Pi, and reboot your Pi. Then you come up to this screen. Ooh, I can see the Commodore 64 because there's a game in my directory. Let's have a look. There's one game called Save the Toilets. That's the game I made. Well, let's load it up. Oh boy, it's loading. This program was designed by Charles Fatt using the Gary Kitchens Game Maker. Well, it works, but I'm not going to play it yet. I got more stuff to do. But suppose you don't want to put your files on the USB drive. You want to put them on a micro SD card. Why? Because you have a hard enough time finding USB ports on this little Pi Zero. There's not enough of them. Well, another way to transfer these files is through the network. All you have to do is connect your Pi and your computer to the same wireless network, and then tell the Pi to allow the computer to access its files. And that is what I'm going to show you how to do next. Yep. Let's start off with a screen that has a Raspberry Pi logo. From there, we're going to go to Raspberry Config. From the Raspberry Config menu, we're going to scroll down to Interfacing Options. Select, now go to SSH. Choose that. Select, would you like SSH to be enabled? Sure, why not? Oh goody, it's now enabled. Click OK and go to Finish. Now I recommend you reboot your system by clicking Start, Quit, Restart System. So now that your system's rebooted, go down to Show IP. Do you see at the top where it says your IP address is 192.168.1.109? Well, that's my IP address. Your IP address will be different. Write it down. So this is what you have to do now. Make sure your computer and your Pi are connected to the same network, whether it's Wi-Fi or LAN. After you do that, open your File Explorer. Where it says Quick Access up here, type in //Retropie. Enter. Look at this. These are the files on my Pi. Well, let's open the ROMs. Let's open my Commodore 64. Ooh, now I can take and drag my file over to it. But sometimes it still won't let you connect. So on Quick Access, you go //, now type in your IP address. 192.168.1.109. Your IP is going to be different than mine. And look at that. There it is. I got the ROMs. I got my Commodore 64, and I got my Save the Toilet ROM on there.
Now it's time to play our game!
Get those bad guys. Oh, I died.
I don't like losing.